Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. And in this video, it's time for the king to return, to claim his place upon the throne, and to sit there for a very good, long time. It is time for the Noctis Burst and LD banner draws. Now, a little background about Noctis in this game. To be honest, when I first started playing Opera Omnia, I had not even played FF15 because I kind of went a little bit sour on the series after 13.2. Because, I mean, 13, for as many flaws as it's got, I do actually enjoy the character drama in the game, and it did kind of help me get through a bit of a rough patch. Like, I went through a rather difficult breakup at the time, and it was the perfect distraction that I needed to kind of help sort through my feelings and what have you. So yeah, it was really good in that sense. And you know, as much shit as characters like Hope gets for being whiny and immature and all the rest of it, you know, he's a goddamn kid. And I don't know, I could say a lot of things about 13. I think Saz was one of the best characters in that game. I really enjoy Saz character-wise, which is why I think it's great that he's good in Opera Omnia. But anyway, suffice it to say that I actually really enjoyed 13. For all of its flaws, it was a great game. And then came along 13.2, and from a gameplay perspective, I really enjoyed 13.2 because I kind of like the monster capturing aspect of it, but without going into spoiler territory, let's just say that a few of the plot twists towards the back end of that game were extremely questionable to me, and I don't like the direction that they took. So much so that I never bothered to pick up Lightning Returns, and just the direction that the Final Fantasy franchise as a whole was heading in, I never even played 15. I skipped it completely. I was like, you know, I appreciate Square Enix's remakes and their side series and what have you, but the mainline Final Fantasy franchise is just really going downhill. Now, my opinion on that has changed in light of the FF7 remake. Now, I have a lot of issues with the remake, but I can at least acknowledge that 90% of the game was amazing. But yeah, suffice it to say that I skipped FF15, so I had no prior attachment to Noctis as a character, but when Noctis was first released in Opera Omnia, the guy just looked so amazingly fun to play, because we didn't have anything like the turn warping mechanics that he had back then, and like the guaranteed AoE launches, because Noctis came out before Lael, and until Lael's EX was a thing, and until Fang, even Fang only launches single target. There was no one else who could like set up launches in AoE. Nobody. So I think Noctis was like the second EX to release. The first was Cloud, because obviously the poster boys got to get his stuff, and then it was Noctis. And I think around the time there was a lot of people saying that Noctis would fall off from the JP meta, but I saw a lot of people using him, and because his mechanics were that interesting with the turn warping and, you know, the launch shenanigans and the auras that he gives and the Amiga stacks and what have you, I was like, yeah, I'm absolutely going in for this man. And he lasted a long ass time. Like, I used him for a lot. I think my OG launch meta team before Lael and Ketshi even existed was like Cloud, Noctis, and Selphie. Because you could go into Bahamut and you could set up chain launches, and it was just a lot of fun. And I had a great fun with Noctis because you could do so many shenanigans with his warping and what have you. It was amazing. And then along came the Cosmos era, and then Noctis got his rework, and he was an absolute god. You know, like even stronger than Vayne, which was just stupid because Vayne was like the shit at the time because of all his free turns. And Noctis was just, the man just shat out damage. Like, you just use a HP attack, it was stronger than some characters' skills. And then along came the EX Plus era, and unfortunately Noct kind of fell by the wayside there somewhat, because, you know, he had a bad run of it, because even though he came early, the only reason he came early was because he came along with Aranea, and we all know how busted Aranea was, and to some degree still is. Like, you know, you can still make, like, Aranea is still really one of the best characters in the game. She's not the best anymore, but she's still really goddamn strong. But suffice it to say that Opera Omnia, if we take the Chaos era out of the equation, I mean, Noct was still usable even in Chaos, but every other iteration of Noctis has been basically top tier. Like, the game has been very kind to him. And let me just put it this way, Noctis with his burst weapon is still used in Japan even today, like 9 months after his release. As far as I can tell, he's kind of somewhat evergreen, not entirely unlike Ultimecia was, like, because Ultimecia, you could still use her even in recent Chaos content, even before her LD dropped. Yeah, she wasn't as good as she was before, but you could still kind of make her work. I've seen I've seen a one-turn clear of Trey Lost Chapter Lufenia with Noctis. Like, you have to work around the fact that his potencies aren't there anymore. You know, his own damage is dropping off, so you kind of have to prop him up with supports. But his LD is absolutely stupid. The kind of shenanigans that you can do with that turn warping are just unparalleled. And to me, the early burst era has kind of been a little bit resident sleeper sort of thing, because, you know, I mean, the first burst was Squall, and yeah, I got Squall's burst. I was going to chase it, but I luck-sacked it. You know, I was going to skip it at first, and it's okay, you know, but that's because Squall himself is just okay. Like, his base kit hasn't got reworked. He's still just basic AoE damage. You know, he's fine until he becomes a god in the future when the start dash banner gets reworked, but for the time being, he's fine, you know, he's kind of average. And then we've got Shantoto, who again is pretty plain. Her LD is pretty nice with the paralysis, but that's about it. You know, she's got the Omni Imperils, but she only does those so that she herself can do damage. So again, she's a bit plain, and she's kind of completely outshone by Alisei, if you ask me. Alisei's only got an EX weapon, and she's like one of the strongest attackers in the game. And then we've got Vaan. And yeah, Vaan again is okay. His base kit didn't get reworked. That's the whole problem. You know what I mean? All of these burst characters are kind of average to me, and their burst effects are kind of average. And then we've got Noctis, who is just on a completely different level altogether, and will remain viable for a very, very, very long time because of how he works. Mechanically, he's completely busted. Like, I know a lot of people say that Noctis and Arden are both very strong, but Arden will fall off because he's much more basic. He's much more of a selfish damage dealer than Noctis. You know, Noctis has a lot more utility with his turn warping. So when Arden loses his ability to do damage, he kind of just won't really last. But Noctis is eternal. You know, that throne, the king sits there. You know what I mean? So I was originally going to do ticket pulls only for Noctis to get his LD on this banner. Well, not on this banner. On this banner. And then I was going to do gem draws on Basch's banner to pity Noctis's burst and hopefully get Basch's LD along the way. But I have since reevaluated my stance because I just really want Nox burst right now, and I have a lot of gems, so I'm gonna get the thing. Like, I really should wait, but this is one of those moments. You know, I've been pretty disciplined. I've been very lucky with tickets. We've got a bloody summon board that I'm just about to start farming after I pull for all this. So I think every once in a while throwing caution to the wind is fine, and just indulge your basic desires and go crazy, you know what I mean? So I'm absolutely going to be chasing Nox Burst on this banner. I will pity it if I need to. I'm kind of secretly hoping that I don't get the LD in like 10k gems, because then if I have to pity the burst, it's going to feel really shit. But I will do it if I have to. We'll just find out how badly we get shafted, or you know, how the pulling goes. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Well, it's a blue orb, so I'm not expecting too much from this one. But you never know, stranger things have happened. I'm hoping I get Irvine ZX along the way as well. Okay, so this is kind of average. Okay, so yeah, I don't have Irvine's EX and I don't have 7's EX, although I do have Fran fully purple. So what I'm hoping to do is I want to pick up Irvine's EX along the way, because I know it's a very stupid thing to do, and I know ingots are tight, but all I'm going to say is that Nox E slot is looking a little bit lonely, and could maybe possibly do with some, you know, some love from Irvine's EX. Maybe, you know, that range damage sphere, you know, it's looking mighty tasty right about now. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Yeah, I really want Irvine's EX weapon so I can spear up Noctis. I don't care, it's 3 ingots, it's a waste, whatever. I kind of think Irvine's a little bit underrated anyway. I want to see if he's really as bad as everyone says he is, because on paper he looks okay, but, you know, who knows. Okay, oh shit! There! That's Irvine's EX, that's what I wanted. Okay, so now we want Nox weapons. We're pretty early in. This will be the 3rd multi-draw. Oh, okay. It's a gold orb, this could well be something. Come on. Come on, just give me the burst. Give me a surprise burst. That would be really good. Okay. Okay. Alright, that's fine. I've got that already. Oh god, this is taking a while to load. Come on. Let's see. Oh, right, yeah. Max Breakdown debuff. That's pretty useless. Well, it's not useless, there's not much call for it. Another gold orb. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking these EX pull rates, to be honest. I mean, yeah, you can argue most characters, you need the LD now going forwards. Especially because after Gabran, there's not really that many EX plus only characters that are really strong. There's maybe like reworked Maria and reworked Palom, you know. But, okay, another Irvine. And some more Irvine. Okay, yeah, he definitely wants to show me some love, doesn't he? He wants to be like, here's what you've been missing out on all this time, and holy fuck, we have another gold orb. Come on. Noctis, Noctis, Noctis. Burst, mind you. If I get the LD now, it's gonna kind of be like, I'm gonna have to pull a lot, you know, throw away a lot of gems for this burst. Show me the money. Show me the burst. It's an Irvine. Now, of course it is. I'm gonna MLB this EX, aren't I? Just by I know I said I wanted one, but I mean, maybe 7 can show up too. I don't have hers either. You know, it would be nice for my collection. Look at all these gold orbs. It's raining EXs. It's always really crazy when they rework the rates and kind of adjust everything. Like, it's like, these weapons were so rare before, and now they're falling into my lap. Another... oh my god! Okay, right, I've had enough now. I know I said I wanted one of them. I know you're trying to save me Power Stones, my dude, but I do not need any more of you. Even though, like, in a distant future, if ingots ever become not a problem, I could totally give another of your sphere to, like, Earlnash or something. But let's not talk about that. That's for then. I don't need you now. Come on. Oh, I take it back, by the way. Realm with her EX Plus only is absolutely amazing, but I already have her. Although I'm still thinking of going for Strago anyway, but, you know, we'll talk about that nearer to the time. Right now, I'm in this for one thing and one thing only. And it is not 7's 15. Nice try, but I mean, like, no. Just no. Alright, that's looking more like it. That's back to what we want. Let's keep going. Man, I'm so excited to do some Noctis shenanigans. Yes! Okay, we've got 7's EX. Okay, so that's all the EXs on the banner. Completely cleaned out. Now I'm just in it for the LD and the burst. So I'm actually quite happy with that, because I kind of did want them just to, like, just to fill out my collection. Even though I'm probably never going to use 7 until she gets her eventual rework in LD, but it's nice to have it, you know? I certainly got showered in Irvines. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah. Kind of garbage. Well, in a weird kind of way, I'm happy that these pulls are turning out to be garbage as far as the LD is concerned, because if I got the LD early, I would feel really crappy going on to Pity the Burst, you know what I mean? So, like, if we get the LD around, like, the 50, 70k mark or something, that would be fine. And don't you think I did not see that connecting in the corner? This is definitely going to be something new. But what's it going to be? Is this going to be the LD? Now that I mentioned it? Come on. Show me the money. Alright. Noctis LD. Excellent. So. Now we're on a hunt for the burst. We have 300 mod G tokens to go. 50k gems for an LD. I think it's fine at that point to kind of go for the burst. Like, I'm definitely, yeah, I'm going for it on this banner for sure. I mean, I always was going to be, so. Well, that's a lot of golds. At least I'm going to get showered in power stones. I mean, not that I really need many more of those at this point, you know, but hey. So, yeah, this is why I've been trying to save up my gems for all this length of time, because it's much more likely that you will have to pity a burst than you'll have to pity an LD. Like, it definitely happens, obviously. Come on, come on. No, okay. But yeah, it's about a 63% chance that you'll pull a burst weapon before you pity it, and I think it's like 78% chance that you pull an LD before you pity it. So, yeah, if you're chasing after bursts, you're gonna see a lot more pities in your future than if you just want the LDs. So that's why I've been trying to save gems all this time, because I knew that there was quite a number of bursts that I wanted. Like, I want Cloud, I'm definitely getting Kuja no matter what, I'm getting Lightning, I'm getting Noctis for absolutely sure. And yeah, maybe we can hope for some luck sacks along the way, but it's not something to plan around, you know what I mean? I mean, I got Squalls pretty easily, because that was a luck sack. And that thankfully saved me chasing, because I know if I would have spent 125k for Squall, I would seriously have regretted it. Because that is definitely gems that's much better spent on other characters for now. You know, he gets good in the future, but... Come on. Come on! No! Shit. Anyway. So, I mean, what are your guys' plans? Were you originally going to do the same as me? Have you fallen for the hype? You know, I criticised people for pulling for Squall's Burst because I was kind of like, no, you should have waited, and you should have pulled for it on, like, a mid-Italian. And it's like, yeah, I'm doing the same thing with Noctis, but, I mean, fuck it, right? At least Noctis is worth it. I'm not saying that Squall's not worth it. It's just that his value is a little bit sort of, you know, that's delayed gratification, if you ask me. Come on. Come on. No! You see, you hope for the burst orb to pop and it never does. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have the Zen approach, and you're supposed to just not be expecting it at all, and it will just pop up when you least expect it. That's how it works, right? Come on. Oh my god, Irvine. Okay, well let's see MLB +1. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is gonna be my first pity, my first burst pity. No, it's not my first pity, like, but I haven't had very many of those actually. Like, it's gonna be like maybe my third pity overall, or my fourth maybe. I've not really pitied very many times, but my first burst pity for sure, I can feel it. Or like, if I get it at like 420 tokens or something, I'll probably just go and pull for the bloody, the dupe burst, like from the tokens, and just get the five, you know, get the five burst tokens. But if I get it around here, I might just dip out and buy a book instead. Come on. Don't make me go the whole way. We're running out of multis. We've only got 6 more to go, and it's pity town. But this is what chasing for a burst looks like. And come to think of it, we haven't got another LD on all these pulls. So yeah, I'm glad we at least got the LD. I'm sure there are some very unfortunate souls out there who like didn't get either the LD or the burst. In fact, I've seen one on Reddit. Yeah, that's a big F right there. Oh shit! We have the burst. Okay. So, the question now becomes, do I spend 25k gems to get 5 burst tokens? I don't think that's worth it, because that's like 250k gems for a burst, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna... This is 400 tokens. I'm gonna dip out of this banner. I'm gonna buy a book. I'm gonna buy 2 books. It's 400G tokens. That's perfect. 2 books. Come on. Let's go. Show me that beautiful animation. And... oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Now let's lock that bad boy up. Okay, so those were my pulls for Noctis's LD and burst weapons. All in all, it took me 100k gems, so not quite the full pity amount, but you know, close enough. But I'm satisfied with that. You know, I was prepared to go to the pity. I got the LD along the way. I got Irvine 7s EXs, and I can buy 2 books. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. So that being said, that is going to be all she wrote. I hope everyone who drew on this banner, I know there's going to be a lot of you, I hope everyone had some fantastic luck. I hope you're all having fun with the One True King, and I will catch you all in the next video, which is probably going to be... I might try and do 0 turn count memes for the regular Chaos. If I do, I'll record it, maybe without commentary. But either way, I'm definitely going to be putting one out for the Chaos Challenge. So, thanks everyone for watching, and until the next video, take care, and goodbye.